Everybody having a good time? Well, let's see what I can do about that. My story's got a title. It's called, She Got a Running Start and Kicked Me in the Face. You like that one? Elisa was a petite and very, very athletic Israeli law student. Her and I were trapped in a never-ending monogamous relationship. I often tried to break up with her, but like any good lawyer, she didn't want to lose a case. And like your typical coward, I really didn't want to fight much. I was working as an assistant manager at Pete's Coffee and Tea at the time. The highlight of my day was Bridget, a hot, thick redhead. She was also in a long-term monogamous relationship. So I didn't think much of our flirtation. A lot could happen over non-fat, flat hat, decaf, latte macchiatos. But around this time, Elisa needed a couple days in LA to think about us. And I mentioned aloud at work, to anybody who might hear me, that I had the weekend to myself. And wouldn't you know, Bridget's boyfriend was also out of town. They must have been having a supper convention somewhere. So we agreed to have dinner. One innocent dinner. I like food. She showed up wearing fishnets and a Catholic schoolgirl skirt. We never made it to dinner. Unless you count me licking her asshole bent over my kitchenette. Thank you. She fucked me like she bought me off the back of a truck. We turned my apartment into a third-world brothel. The fun kind. We fucked on the bed, on the floor, on the couch, on the futon. She sucked my dick like there was money in it. It was dirty, it was fun. I felt like a man. Don't laugh, it didn't last. Our pale Irish pigmentless sex was occasionally interrupted by phone calls from LA. Elisa, Jason, why don't you pick up the phone? Jason, I want to talk about us. Jason, where are you? And I would point at the answering machine as Exhibit A in the court of why I no longer gave a fuck. By Sunday night, we were sore enough to limp out for an Indian food dinner. Chicken vindaloo, my first time. We came back from dinner and there were three new messages on the answering machine. I played them and skipped through them as quick as I could. Jason, skip. Jason, skip. Jason, skip. Those are for the old me. The new girl swallows. I had had the time of my life, and I was going to get away with it. Bridget and I went to bed, and we knew that in the morning we would both go to work and never again mention this wonderful, wonderful weekend. It never happened. In the middle of the night, we both shot up out of bed to a shrieking sound. Somebody was at my buzzer, and somebody was fucking leaning on it. Somebody wanted in. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I jumped up and I was walking in a circle. Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Bridget jumped up and started putting on haphazardly all the clothes she had taken off the previous 2 days. And I knew that I had to play those answering machine messages. Jason, I'll be coming back from LA a day early. Jason, I forgot my house key. I'll need you to let me in. Jason, I'll be home late. 3 in the morning. It was 3:30. The buzzing stopped, and the knocking began. Somebody was at my door. I had done the worst thing you could possibly do to somebody, and I was getting caught. Bridget lied on the couch and played dead. But I had to answer the door. And there was little Elisa. Hi, how are you? She came in, she looked at Bridget, and she went in the bedroom. Hey, how was your weekend? She was being uncharacteristically upbeat. I was terrified. Terra-fucking-fied. I had diarrhea of the truth. I couldn't stop telling the fucking truth. There's somebody here. How was your weekend? What have you been up to? There's somebody here. Who, that person in the living room? And then the screaming began. What the fuck? What the fuck have you done? Are you fucking her? Did you fuck her? This is fucking. Elisa ran into the living room and caught Bridget as she tried to make her escape. She grabbed her by one of the 3 or 4 shirts she put on. And she cocked back her fist to punch her, and I grabbed her arm. And Elisa did not like me growing a pair of balls at that moment. You choose her? You choose her over me? It's hardly a contest. So, Bridget left while the leaving was good. And Elisa began her cross-examination. Did you fuck her in our bed? There was fucking in the bed. And my eyes drifted to the couch. Did you fuck her on the couch? Stuff happened on the couch. Anywhere else, asshole? And my eyes drifted to the Papa San chair. And she said, get the fuck out. You don't live here anymore, asshole. We're over. Oh, such sweet words. As bad as I felt for hurting her feelings, I felt so relieved to be released from this mechanism. So I grabbed a bag and I started packing. I grabbed some shirts, threw them in the bag, and then I kneeled to grab some pants. And I heard the pitter-patter of tiny little feet as they ran towards me. And I turned and saw the boot as it swung towards my head. And my head hit the wall, my eyes watered, my nose burned, my head hurt. She'd kicked me in the face. You love it. And I knew if I blacked out, she'll fucking kill me. So I made my way up, I fended off the kicks, the punches, the curses, and I made my way towards our door. Now, a few months earlier, we had taken a mosaic tile class to save our relationship. She took my masterpiece off the wall, an oval little mirror, and used it as a knife on me. I had a big gash down my arm. I wish I still had that mirror. I made it to the hallway alive, and then I had to face my neighbors, all facing me. Suddenly, former neighbors. The old man by the stairs told me, I'm sure to blow over, kid. Unlikely, Gramps. So now I'm walking around the Tenderloin, bleeding, in my pajamas, in the middle of the night. Homeless people are nodding at me like I fucking know them. And I have nowhere else to go. So I go to Bridget's house, because her boyfriend's still out of town for a day. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, it happened. You're gonna love the next fucking part. This is for you. So I go to Bridget's house, and she lets me in, and she turns on the light, and she goes, please? I looked in a mirror and I had an answer. My bottom row of teeth had been knocked in half. My top row had been pretty heavily chipped. I called in sick to work. Bridget called in sick to the same work. And then my boss, for whatever reason, had to call me back at my house that I no longer lived at. So Elisa answered the phone, "Is this that fat fucking bitch?" Now, I love my boss, but I would describe her as Rubenesque. So she calls Elisa a chocolate Jew, and the two of them get into it before they make up and realize they're in total agreement that I'm a cocksucker. So now my boss calls Bridget at home at 6 in the morning and asks for me. And I will be coming to work with a king-size explanation, which is probably for the best, because I missed Bridget's boyfriend by 20 minutes. He also came back early from the sucker convention, and that would have been my second beating of the fucking night. My boss, not a big fan of me plowing the staff. I got transferred to another store, no promotions in sight. Elisa froze our joint bank account. You love it, don't be afraid. I lost the deposit to my place and, I don't know, everything I owned. And I maxed out my dental benefits to fix this wonderful visage. But the one thing Elisa didn't do was kick any common fucking sense into me. And this is the sad part, lady in the front. I continued to see Bridget. And she left her boyfriend and moved in with me, and we got married. And how fucking long do you think that lasted? No yay, no yay. No, stop yaying. You're cut off. I'm talking to somebody else. She cheated on me she fucked everything in town but me. And she left me for another redhead of all fucking things. That was 15 years ago. I'm leaving. Bridget now she's remarried. She has 3 kids from 3 different fathers. They're not sure who the second one is. Elisa is now a public defender in SF, and if you ever get in trouble, call her, she's good. And as for me, you probably think I got what I deserved. You do. And I learned an incredibly valuable lesson.